All right, hello everyone, and welcome to Grandmasters League. This is part of this week's player spotlight. I'll have 4 games for you this week, spotlighting the player FeAge. FeAge is a player that I wanted to shed a little bit of light on, give a little bit of love, because not only is he my favorite player and my favorite personality in the community, he has also recently retired, so I'd like to honor him a bit. And all of these games were provided by AoE Zone members, by fans of the community. I didn't pick these games myself. I picked them from the games that you guys suggested. And if there's enough interest around this event, we could do a FeAge Player Spotlight Part 2. If you haven't seen my Part 1 of this series, please go on YouTube, either my YouTube channel or Voobly Officials, and you can see when we spotlighted the player Tim. So this is a game from Grandmasters League. This is a tournament in 2012. This was Zero Empire's maybe first attempt at a league format. This is his own tournament that he designed. We had great players such as FeAge, Doubt, the Viper, Jordan, other high-level players. And yeah, this was a huge precursor to what essentially will eventually become Escape Champions League. The greatest achievement of Zero Empires, I suppose, if you're a fan of his, like I am, I guess. So this is like a round robin style tournament, so there's no grand final per se of this. This is a match he played against Doubt, and they're both playing as Chinese. This is the map Land Nomad. I'll tell you who won this tournament at the end of the game, as I don't want to spoil anything. And as usual in this series, you could see wins or losses from the player we were spotlighting, so no spoilers. So this is Land Nomad. You place a lumber camp first. Chinese is typically the best civilization. We are on Age of Conquerors. I know you've seen a lot of Rise of Rajas games. This is Age of Conquerors balance. Doesn't make any difference at all for the Chinese civilization, I think. Chinese still have everything. Maybe their camels are a little bit weaker because the balance changes. Affected camels quite a bit. But other than that, this is the same balance. FeAge has placed his lumber camp to the left. Right next to him, we have Doubt. It's going to be a very aggressive game because of how close these players are together. And interestingly, FeAge is going to place his town center on this huge double deer patch. Might even be a triple deer patch. Yeah. So, yeah, 4. So that's about a triple deer patch. So he's going to have a lot of food in this early game. Doubt has less luck with food, although he's got some of his sheep scatting around the map. So I'll take a look at the scouting in just a second. Interestingly, FeAge has kept his sheep at home. That's something you usually don't do because you want to, you know, scout with your sheep quite a bit. Did the Chinese always have bloodlines? I think the Chinese have always had bloodlines since bloodlines has existed, since Age of Conquerors. Bloodlines wasn't a thing, I think, in Age of Kings, but I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, the Chinese have always been one of the most versatile, if not the most versatile, in my opinion, civilization in the game. Great cavalry, great archers. Let's talk a little bit about the Land Nomad meta. Typically, well, on this kind of map where both players have their town centers next to each other, we're going to see a feudal rush, or we should see a feudal rush, as long as players know they're right next to each other. And that depends on the scouting. Let's take a look at the scouting. Doubt has some excellent scouting, as he has scouted with all of his sheep around the map. Let's take a look at FeAge. FeAge has less ideal scouting, and in fact, Doubt's even going to lame some of these deer. That villager did take an arrow, but Doubt is going to be cheeky here. Now, Doubt has always been a top player in the game. This is 2012 we're watching this game from. This is... Oh! Whew, gotta be careful. So even in 2012, Doubt was at his top level. A very formidable opponent to go against. And by the way, you didn't know, spoilers, Doubt is going to the next tournament at Hamburg for Nilly's Apartment Cup. Spoiler warning. I'm very happy for him. I've talked a lot about the settings and the things that have gone on around this time with Zero Empire's tournament. We could talk a little bit about FeAge. So FeAge, I think he's been playing since around maybe 2008, 2010. He had a stream. I remember some of my favorite times were watching his stream. He's a very funny player. He's Brazilian, of course. It's some very interesting stories on stream, many of which are quite inappropriate. Some would say FeAge is a bit of a ladies' man. And I'm going to lame a lot of these boar. Most of the time, FeAge is known for his boar laming. Or the times of MBL. And at his height, I think FeAge could really beat anyone. He's beaten the Viper in some high-level tournaments before. And again, at his best, he could beat anyone. Let's see how he goes against Doubt. Which we have quite a slower opening. Let me speed up the game a little bit. This is Land Nomad. And I think we're just going to keep the speed of these recorded games at 60%. I do like a little bit faster of a game. But this shouldn't be too fast for you guys. Let's take a look one more time at the scouting. And certainly if you're on YouTube, you can see it speed up as well. So scouting's still pretty poor for FeAge. I'm sure Doubt has seen most of the map. Not as much as he could have. One thing we haven't talked about is resource distribution. Let's take a look at that. So, we have a stone down there at the bottom. Where the heck is Doubt going to get gold from? He doesn't see any gold at all that is accessible to him. So Doubt's nearest gold is either here on the right side, all the way up here in the north. This is a terrible map for Doubt to get gold on. And that's very unfortunate for him. Taking a look at FeAge. FeAge has a close stone. That's going to be very important considering how close these players are together. And that gold is not too far, to be honest. So that should be the first gold he looks for. Of course, FeAge is looking at this gold as well. And might have chosen to leave the sheep there just to see if Doubt is going to go for it. Which Doubt hasn't seen that, so obviously not going to go for it. Where's Doubt going to go now? Doubt is going towards the south, where there's tons of food. Land Nomad's similar to Nomad in that it's kind of hard to get food. We don't see too much Land Nomad nowadays, to be honest. I guess because there's a lot more maps to choose from. Why did FeAge retire? I think it's because he's going into his studies. I think he's going for a graduate degree. And he's been out of school for a while. FeAge going to start with a little bit of walling. And Doubt's going to go to try and prevent that. That villager is low. I hope Doubt does pull that back, and he is. And Doubt could put a house there to block off the walls. That's super smart. Doubt's always been a very smart player. That villager's going to get very low. Doubt's investing a lot to prevent these walls. And as you can see, neither player is going up to the next stage. Barracks coming up from FeAge. I wonder if it's for some militia. We mentioned before how close these players are together, and that's going to favor a very aggressive map. That's a very aggressive barracks, and when we play something like that, there is the chance that it could get walled up. There are no palisade walls yet. This is Age of Conquerors, but it could still get walled up. FeAge is going to be the first to click up to the feudal age. He had a lot more food to work with early game. Doubt is making up for it in the south, but he's a little bit delayed because of that. This looks like a sad game for the sad panda. Why is it a sad game? Because FeAge is already up to the next age? We just started. 15 minutes in a Land Nomad that's just the beginning. This is like 5 minutes into a regular game. And it looks like we get walled up. That's a little bit sad because, well, Doubt's going to wall on top of it, and then FeAge is going to delete the wall. Doubt's going to get a few extra hits in. We now have 2 militias out. This is a little bit of a threat to these villagers. These villagers could start dropping. And if you're Doubt, why not just delete the house and go back to your town center? Interesting decision. Oh, because he's building militia of his own. Surprise! And this is going to be a good fight for Doubt because of the numbers game. Any player mining gold. I don't see any player. Oh, here we go. FeAge is mining gold. Doubt doesn't even know where the golds are. So he's stuck with building 2 militia. While FeAge can probably upgrade to the man-at-arms upgrade. Look how heavy he's saturating these sheep. I've never seen villagers this hungry. Hungry for sheep. Take a look at FeAge's resources. FeAge will be able to upgrade to the Men-at-Arms upgrade. This is where having Chinese is very nice. That Men-at-Arms upgrade and those economy upgrades are going to be either 10 or 15% cheaper, and every resource counts for FeAge. I'm going to go for the stable right away. As I say that, FeAge still can't afford the upgrades, as that stable took away a lot of his food. Yeah, it's a bad food spawn, definitely, for Doubt. But that might lead Doubt to a faster Castle Age strategy. And he looks safe for now if he wants to wall it. This is Doubt, remember. Very, very good player. What the hell is FeAge doing? FeAge is going all the way over to the berries on the left. I don't think that's even worth the villager walking time, to be honest. Just for some berries. FeAge is going to find these villagers. Probably won't do a lot of damage. Doubt's going to react by sending his militia back. So these villagers are good. There's a lot of food coming in for Doubt. He's got a boar to be eaten. He's got 7 farmers. 6 farmers, my bad. FeAge, meanwhile, is on 0 food. He's probably spending on his scouts. Doubt could try for a fast Castle Age. He's going to have to go market and then sell for gold. Looks like he's finally found his first gold of this game. Yeah, first gold. Oh, this is a little trouble for FeAge, though. For Doubt, my bad. As there's now 5 militia on the hill. What are you doing? You're not going to be able to defend against this many militia. I think Doubt's going to go with the tower. And he's going to run away. So this villager's going to make it out there. FeAge is having a lot of troubles getting his eco upgrades, getting his Men-at-Arms upgrade, so... You know, he's struggling for resources as well. Doubt has nowhere near the resources for a fast Castle Age. And Doubt's going to go double stable. This was a little more common in Age of Conquerors. Doubt liked the double stable build. I don't. I don't like it in almost any circumstance. The meta was very different in 2012. So what the double stable allows you to do is it allows you to build scouts twice as fast as first. But when you're on 30 population, you really can't sustain from 2 stables, and that's why I like a single stable better. And so far, FeAge with a bit of a lead this game. He's mining stone, he's been mining gold for a while. Got a lot of villagers on food. He's got a bigger army. Got a more efficient economy. And on top of it, Doubt could lose a villager. But it's going to be close. At the very least, it looks like Doubt should be able to clean up these Men-at-Arms. And this tower's pretty nice. Doubt's going to have to delete that farm. This is just a good position for FeAge, especially if he goes up to Castle Age with these 2 towers here. Would promote a siege workshop and maybe some monks. Chinese are quite known for that. Siege monk rushes. Gonna take an engagement. Villager's gonna help out. Or not. But that's a good cleanup for Doubt. That's gonna help him get a little bit back into this game. This is a sloppy engagement if Doubt chooses to take it. Yeah, gonna lose the scout. And could even lose this villager. It's very low. Nice play from FeAge. Picking a scout, picking the villager. And Doubt's going to take 1 more scout back. But look at Doubt's economy. It's very inefficient. These villagers all bumping into each other. Doubt is still not taking any gold. He doesn't need the gold now, but he'll need it for Castle Age. FeAge going up with the blacksmith. Doubt's going to hit back and pick off a villager. That's going to bring the villager's discrepancy down to 4. Disparity is the better word. I'm going to go for another villager, but we have some spearmen out for FeAge. So now we're going into more of a regular game. Players can afford their upgrades, afford some military, and probably afford the Castle Age. And as well, we see some walls coming up from FeAge, some very big walls. Gonna pick off another villager. So that's great. 2 villager kills. Still, FeAge is in the lead by a little bit. 4 villager advantage for FeAge. It's gonna go down a little bit, because these spearmen cannot keep up. In fact, they're being distracted by hitting that barracks. And yet another villager down. Still a 4 villager disparity. Another tower. Oh, man, FeAge, that's a great tower. I get excited when I see that tower. That tower is excellent. It's very close to being within range of this tower, and it's gonna mess Doubt's economy up. And even a bonus if it kills a villager. It's gonna get very close. Now it's going to rebuild his lumber camp up there. FeAge could even put a tower right there. Wouldn't be a bad idea. Padded archer armor coming in for archers, I assume, but where are they? Oh, ha ha! Oh, boy! Oh, man. Doubt's taking gold now, but he... Ooh! How did this happen? FeAge snuck some archer ranges in the back. What a sneaky, sneaky boy. These archers are loaded. Fletching, padded archer armor. These villagers have no chance. Look at how many exposed villagers we have. This is going to be a massacre. Terrible for Doubt's economy. 1 villager, gonna go down. 2nd villager. Third villager gonna go down. What is Doubt's reaction? React, Doubt. React. Doubt, you're being raided. He's probably not, he's not expecting this at all. It's probably like, there's no way. There's no way FeAge is in my base raiding me with archers right now. It's not happening. I think finally he's noticed, and it's going to have to rebuild scouts. This is a great investment from FeAge. These archers have paid for themselves already. Look at how many farms he's idling. All the villagers idle under the town center. Perhaps FeAge could even get a few scouts. These villagers are going to pop out. They're still vulnerable to the archers. And these archers absolutely paid for themselves. If you're FeAge... Oh, gonna even add some spearmen. There was a barracks built in the back, too. This is the 2nd barracks. And Doubt's having some trouble. Doubt has enough stone for a tower. A tower right on that hill. Plus a little bit of walling would help so much. And I think it's necessary, especially with this barracks being here. A 3rd archer range coming up. This is an all-in from FeAge. FeAge has a 9 villager advantage. Doubt did not see this at all, and neither did I. And I can see the entire map. Archer range coming up for Doubt for some skirmishers. He desperately needs it. And that archer range might even get denied. It's going to be close. 65%. Scout's going to take an engagement. They have bloodlines. They have +1 armor. Villagers have to help out. There's just not enough attack power here from Doubt. And now the skirmish is going to come out, but it's too little too late. These archers going to get back on the farms. I think Doubt should have really gone up with the tower. He's got enough stone for 2 towers now. Place 1 here. Place 1 here later. Why is he not placing the tower? Why not? In fact, FeAge is going to place the tower for him. Going to place it right on the farms. How devastating is this tower going to be? Doubt needs to react. I think he's got to pull some villagers. He cannot let this tower go up. He's going to be too far behind in this game if that tower goes up. And there's so much army from FeAge. This is that triple archery range. Those villagers died as well. Doubt has no gold income. Not that he needs it. But these scouts are melting. Even going up the hill. Finally, Doubt reacting with the tower. This might save him. This might save him and keep the damage to a 10 villager disadvantage. But that villager's going to go down. These skirms with no armor. They could go down. More villagers going to go down. Just focus on the villagers, I think. And tower finally goes up. But it's a 15 villager advantage for FeAge. all due to this excellent hidden archery range play. And you know what? FeAge can just walk around the tower now. Just gonna walk around and go hit the farmers in the north. We're already pretty weak. This game is from 2012. Anyone know what Dream started streaming? I'm not 100% sure. Probably around 2010. Archer's gonna go for those weak villagers. Man, this is a tough game if Doubt wants to come back from it. And this might be GG right here. Oh, and that tower! It went up in the perfect spot! I'm so happy. It's not really doing anything right now, but it'll do something later on if this game goes to it. This is just too much! This is too much domination from FeAge. It has to be GG. Oh, man. There's still a lot of army back at home, too. A full feudal age land nomad. I haven't seen that in a long time. Gonna pick off another villager. GG. GG. This game was pretty close. FeAge had a bit of an advantage in the early game. And then it was just all up to the sneak. Caught Doubt completely off guard. And what a great game. So this was one of the games in the round robin for Zero Empire's Grandmasters League. And the Viper did end up winning this tournament, but FeAge had a pretty good showing in it as well, as you saw from this game. So I hope you enjoyed this game and a little bit look back at history. We're going to go on to the second game in this player spotlight for FeAge, right after this. Alright, so here's your KD ratio, nothing surprising here. Big villager disparity. And you can probably see the exact moment where that attack hit, probably right about here. When Doubt's score starts to drop. Alright, so that was game one. That was the Grandmasters League versus Doubt. Viper did end up winning that tournament. In the second game, we're going to have WCL 7 Grand Finals versus Riot. Now, WCL 7, the Grand Finals, was a series of about, I don't know, 10 games? Some of them were 1 versus 1, some of them were 4 versus 4. And let me go over to those games. So the WCL 7 games were between L Clan and RVK. And RVK at that time had Riot, Dogao, and Jordan. And the Viper. So this is like a precursor to Tyrant. Actually, is the Viper here? Yeah, the Viper, Dogao, Jordan. So these must have been the two top clans during that time. Grand Finals round 1. Alright, let's jump into it. Alright, I have 3 games in here, so let me check which one I want to cast. Alright. Alright, so this is going to be a 1 versus 1. FeAge versus Riot. 2011 WCL 7 Grand Finals. Hello everyone and welcome to the second game in this week's Player Spotlight. This is the WCL 7 Grand Finals between RVK and L-Clan. Looking back at this tournament, this is a 2011 tournament. Since these two teams made it to the Grand Finals, they were among the best clans at the time. You're going to see for the next game, another game in the series that's going to be also from the Grand Finals, but that's going to be a 3 versus 3. This was a 1 versus 1, so we have mixtures of team games and 1 versus 1s and other formats of different players in this grand final, all from their respective teams. We have Riet playing in the bottom right in the red as the Aztecs, and he's playing for the RVK team, RVK clan. And in the top left, we have FeAge playing as the Aztecs for the L clan. Now, L clan included players such as Chris, the Legend, FeAge, other Brazilian players. I'm not 100% sure. It's been a long time. And RVK has Riet, Dogao, the Viper Jordan, and Doubt and Hanny, I believe, are the players that were on RVK at the time. I think this is before Tyrant, because obviously a lot of those players are current Tyrants or previous Tyrants. And yeah, these were the two top clans at the time of WCL 7 in 2011. And again, this is the Grand Finals. So both players have chosen Aztecs. That's not surprising at all. Aztecs were the #1 civilization in Age of Conquerors in 2011 or 2012. You didn't have civilizations like the Burmese or the Malians or the Indians. The two top civilizations were considered either Huns, well, the three were Huns, Mayans, and Aztecs, and overall the Aztecs tended to be the best out of those, so they were always chosen when available in 1 versus 1 tournaments. So the style of the Aztecs, you had the 5 militia drush. That was usually in the meta back then. Dark Age rushes were more common. Usually defend and wall up a lot and go for a fast castle into crossbow afterwards. You do a 3-town center boom, and then you hit your opponent with early Imperial Eagle Warriors, and that can handle almost anything any other civilization can throw at the Aztecs, and that's why they were chosen so often. Although with different balance changes, you know, coming with in 2016, 2018, that all changed. And Riet's going to run his scout into FeAge's town center. Not going to lose it. Going to lose a lot of HP. FeAge is known as the Master Boar Stealer. He calls his scout the Boar Stealer. That's what it's called to him. So let's see if FeAge is going to go for a steal. And take a look at his scouting. So he's found most of his resources right away. Looks like he found all the sheep. And going to look for that boar. You can see the town center right away. Riet knows he's a lamer. He's a lamer boy. And going to move back some of those sheep already. Wasn't WCL a team tournament? Yes, it was. But there were some 1 versus 1s in the tournament as well. And this is one of them. Part of the LCAM was Cabron and Alive. Maybe we'll do another episode on Alive in the future. Also, comedically, one of the slowest players to ever be a pro player in Age of Empires. That's what I remember him for. But a very excellent player nonetheless. And Aztecs were FeAge's favorite, I think, civilization to play. Let's take a look at the maps, because we haven't done that so far. FeAge has a forward stone. This area is a little bit exposed, but potentially we could see walls. Where's the gold for FeAge? FeAge's gold's on the left side. Riet's taking a good hard look at it. We have some deer here. Now, if this is 2011, and I'm playing as FeAge, and I'm playing as the Aztecs, a Dark Age rush, I wall here, I wall here, and I wall here, and I go up for a fast castle age into crossbow. Let's see what FeAge will decide to do, however. And Riet, he's got a much nastier map. He's got a forward gold, and it's very difficult to wall it. Now, never say never with pro players and walling, but that's a tough wall to make. Wood is a little bit exposed. He's going to be a little annoying with that scout. Berries look safe. Much nastier map for Riet, and because of that, maybe he wants to go a little more aggressive this game. Live versus Miju. 5-hour game, no wood left. Oh god. No way in hell I'm casting that. And it looks like FeAge is gearing up for a monster wall across the front. 2 houses and a barracks as a part of it. 3 militias already queued up. 4 militias for FeAge. Nowadays, you're going to see the men-at-arms rush be much more prevalent than the Dark Age rush, but we're in 2011, back in time, when the Dark Age rush was predominant strategy. FeAge is going to finish up that wall. And the good thing about Aztec Wars, they do give you this early aggression with these militia. We're going to put this on 660 speed as well. I do like casting games at that speed. I think FeAge is just waiting so he doesn't run into that Wolfie. I'm going to go around it. Don't want to lose any unnecessary HP. It's very important to win the militia war early. Because those militia... If you lose a militia war when it's 5-on-5, you could be losing it and your opponent could have 4 or 3 militia left. That could be nasty. FeAge going to go up to the next age. He's up at 27 population. That's not a lot. And starting to make militia now. So this is different strategy. We have a men-at-arms rush. Riet made 1 militia. Decided to opt for the men-at-arms rush. Men-at-arms is a more aggressive strategy because it's definitely much more all-in in Feudal Age. Might get a little unlucky with this villager. One of the keys to the men-at-arms rush is you're going to get pressured a little bit by militia early on. It's important you just put some walls around the villagers. That's all you have to do. And there you go. So already a little bit of disruption from FeAge. This is good. He's slowing down this men-at-arms rush. Hopefully Riet will have the 40 gold needed to upgrade to the men-at-arms. Riet's a smart player. Normally you only put 2 on gold. He's been delayed quite a bit, so now he's got 5, so he can have that 40 gold. Make the men-at-arms upgrade right away. And FeAge has gone for a much more classic fast castle build. So what Riet needs to do, Riet needs to take a good engagement, needs to push out, needs to pressure his opponent because FeAge is gathering a lot of resources right now. He's got more villagers. He's got 4 more villagers as he advances up to the next age. Gonna have maybe enough resources for that fast castle, and that's gonna be deadly with crossbows. Never want to get behind in an Aztec's war. Next thing you know, you're behind a Castle Age, and then you're just a split second behind to Imperial Age, and boom, Elite Eagle Warriors are in your base raiding you, and you can't come back. Now Riet, he's made that men-at-arms upgrade. FeAge is not pressuring. I would have loved to see FeAge just hang around a little bit. Pressure his opponent. We got some crazy walls for FeAge. He hasn't chosen a wall in like this at all. Really weird walls for FeAge. I guess he wants those walls up ASAP. And those men-at-arms going to go to work on that palisade. Going to attack downhill. FeAge has made it to the Feudal Age, but he does not have enough resources for a fast castle. Did not go up as late as he maybe should have for a fast castle. Instead, it's going to make the double bit axe upgrade and the men-at-arms upgrade. Has made an extra militia, by the way. Going to go up with an archery range. Now Riet's looking at a good position. Riet's already has his archer range out. He's probably got an archer moving out across the map. But FeAge has his counterattack. Riet has no clue that these men-at-arms have just been hanging out outside of his fog of war. The eagle is in. There's going to be no walls coming up. This villager is already weak. He's going to go down instantly. Might be only 1 villager down, and that could have been a lot worse. Meanwhile, that archer is going to work on some of these villages. They're going to get low. FeAge has been forced to put a tower up. That's good news for Riet. Men-at-arms are in the wood line, though. This could be catastrophic. That villager's going to get very low. She's going to go down, most definitely. Let's see if the men-at-arms can get 1 more villager. 3 villagers down in total for Riet. Could it be a 4th? Not enough focus fire with those men-at-arms. Some of these are very low. This guy's on 8 HP. That men-at-arms just in no man's land. What happened to the other 2 men-at-arms? That one's in no man's land. Could have gone maybe a 4th villager with good focus fire, but 3 villagers for 5 men-at-arms, that's a good deal. And Riot's going to wall up his base a bit. Not the best walls. This gold will be vulnerable to crossbows later on. So, Riot has to stay ahead in this game. And he is ahead in this game, in my opinion. I mean, he's got more military on the field. He has not had to invest into a tower. I mean, it's hard to say. FeAge definitely has a better economy. And that could bite him. I'm sorry, that could bite Riot. Riot's got an okay military. I'm sorry, FeAge has a good military. What civ am I? Well, I'm not playing. But these players are playing as the Aztecs. More walls coming up. And flinching's being done for FeAge. Second time this game that we've seen FeAge just not take a battle and just ignore everything and go straight for Riot's base. And it worked the first time. Riot gonna place up one of those towers to help protect himself, but even up the amount of stone that's in the bank, I suppose. Late blacksmith coming up for Riot. These archers, they might find money again, as that tower is on 65%, 70%. There's a men-at-arms here too. You sit under the tower if you're FeAge. That's not a whole lot of attack power. I'm gonna get one more villager. Yeah, and I think this is a good idea to run away. And what are you doing? FeAge, get out of there. Don't take too many arrow shots. Alright, that's pretty nice. Picking off another villager, delaying the gold income from Riot. Riot still has 6 idle villagers on the gold. FeAge has played an excellent game so far. 20 minutes in, and he's got a huge eco lead. He's 8 villagers ahead. Nail in the coffin, it might be. Riot's looking a little shaky. You don't want to be 8 villagers down in an Aztecs war. FeAge is completely walled at home. He's feeling safe. He's got a good amount of army. For the first time this game, FeAge has surpassed Riot in army count. Gonna lose his army on the hill, just as I say that. FeAge gonna go up with wheelbarrow. Look at this triple archery range from FeAge. That's a lot of archers. That's a big investment. Riot can't afford to take a bad fight. He can maybe lose the men-at-arms, but can't afford to lose any of these archery ranged units. Riot, you gotta pay attention. Gonna move back. Move back under the safety of your tower. Has to be said, Riot is on 2 archery ranges, and FeAge is on 3. FeAge only getting horse collar now. That's not the best thing in the world for his economy. We have good army numbers here. It's 22 to 25. We have the tower from Riot. Don't want to go uphill. This is not a winning fight for Riot to take. You don't want to go up that hill. Back off a little bit, Riot. Back off. Gonna get lucky picking that one archer off. Not a fight you want to take, again. Why go up the hill if you don't have to? And FeAge has gotten a few kills, put on a little bit of pressure, and now he's going to go away. So FeAge taking great engagements, really great use of his army. Great army control from FeAge. He's going to reinforce up, and now he should have enough army. It's 25 to 18. One lonely archer on the top. FeAge as well. Not only does he have more army, not only does he have more villagers, he's also going up to the castle age just a little bit sooner. Not by much, but just by a little bit. Gonna mine a little stone, maybe thinking about a town center in the castle age. Now this hill is critical. We've already seen it in one battle, but this hill is gonna play a larger role if we head to the mid to late game. And FeAge has the army this time. Let's see how this engagement goes. Riot gonna lose 2 archers right away. And once again, FeAge just gonna go back to that hill once things don't start to go his way. And this is not a bad spot to defend from. You have the tower there. Another archer range coming up from Riot, finally. FeAge even gonna upgrade scale mail armor. That's weird. It's very weird. Why would he be upgrading scale mail armor? Yeah, you have to bear in mind. Oh, gonna go Eagles. Interesting. I don't agree with the decision, but that's interesting. This brings back a lot of my memories. I think FeAge and maybe Raw, the players that played Aztecs a lot, they did like the Castle Age Eagles from the Aztecs, and they were about the only players that liked them. Because back then, the Castle Age Eagles were very weak. They were about as good as the Feudal Age Eagles are now in the most recent balance. So, that's how weak they were. And they were basically only used to take out Siege. For most players, not if you're FeAge. And why is FeAge making this transition? He probably sees a lot of skirmishers in this mix. And sees how hard it is for Riot to saturate this gold, especially with all this pressure coming in. Which is going to force Riot to make even more skirmishers in the future. But that said, FeAge is still winning this battle. He's got elite skirmisher too. Town center coming up from FeAge, going to have a better economy. What we needed to see, yeah, was that Siege Workshop from Riot, but why place it all the way in the front, where it could get denied? Hopefully with this elite skirmisher upgrade, Riot would be able to push out and push this army away from his Siege Workshop, which he needs so desperately. Meanwhile, these Eagles are pretty much fully upgraded. They've got +2 armor. Yeah, he's anticipating the unit counters. I think it's more of a reaction to the skirmishers, to be honest. Finally in this battle, now FeAge is being smart. I bet you FeAge is focusing down every archer that he can, because the skirmishers don't matter. Skirmishers don't matter to the Eagles. FeAge is finally going to show that he's made the Eagles and the Eagle upgrades, and look at this army composition. There's only skirmishers left. And boom, here comes the Eagles. It's all about position, but the skirmishers, they can't attack at their base. They have to continue to run. And once again, the Eagles are on top of the gold. So, for Riot to defend from this, he needs to make archers. Archers are pretty good against Age of Conquerors Eagle Warriors, but to make archers, you need gold. And there's no gold coming in. This Mangonel is useless, all of a sudden. All FeAge has to do is spam Eagles into this area and keep Riot off of gold. And he cannot defend. I'm gonna try to go for a few more villages. So far, these Eagles not being very effective. Another horde of Eagles coming in. Almost a 20 villager disadvantage for Riot. Riot is focused so heavily into trying to defend, and he's having such a hard time. But this is the mastermind strategy of FeAge, I think. Keep his opponent off of gold. Force his opponent not to make any archers to counter the Eagles. And more Eagles are coming out. FeAge, again, a 20 villager advantage. He can afford to make a lot of Eagles. 3 town centers are up. This will be an easy transition to Elite Eagle Warrior if it does go into early Imperial Age. And Riot's only on 2 town centers. A terrible mining camp. That is a horrid mining camp. That's a doubt mining camp. And again, look at all the skirmishers in this army composition. That's a big amount of Eagles. Let's see if Riot can get a big shot on him. He needs it. Needs a stand ground, and that one's going to miss. That might be the game. This might be the game. That's a lot of Eagle Warriors. The villager's going to garrison in the tower. A lot of these are weak, I think. Or not. One of them's weak. And FeAge is so far ahead with his economy, he could just afford to spam these in, kill a few archers, kill a few villagers, idle the gold, lose all of his eagles, and then send another group. And where is FeAge going? Does he have a castle? He has a tower, and that makes sense. Tower's going to do the same job that a castle will do in this situation. Guard tower! FeAge loves guard towers. Finally, I get to say that. FeAge does love guard towers. One of the only players that loved guard towers back in the day. Guard towers are strong in the most recent balance. They have +1 attack. Previous balance, they did it, but this is a strong play. FeAge is all about controlling this gold this game. And the guard towers will be decent against the mangonels too. However, Rhea is on 2 other golds. It's really not all about this 1 gold any longer. But that said, this area is still very important. It's a hill. It's got a bunch of Riet's military production buildings. It is a gateway into his base. And FeAge is now going to go towards the north, where he'll see the other gold miners and get even more juicy villager kills. It's a 15 villager advantage for FeAge. FeAge dominating in these finals. Town center, it's going to be too late. Going to be too late. This one lonely spearman here to defend against all the Eagle Warriors. Archers coming in. It's a massacre. It's a massacre. More guard towers coming up from FeAge. That woodline's done. Look at that villager disadvantage. Look at that. And sure, Riet's going to be able to hold on for now, but what happens when Imperial Age comes in? Riet is never going to feel Imperial Age at this point. FeAge is already at 95 villagers. That's an Imperial Age economy. That's an economy you usually click up with. Another tower coming up. This tower will take away even half of this gold mine. Just no gold for Riet at all. Trying to defend as heavily with crossbows as he can. Riet might need some walls. Walls would have helped a lot in the situation. Some stone wall here, a little bit right here. Now Riet gonna go up with his own tower. And look at that tower from FeAge. That's the GG tower. FeAge just gonna go for the villagers. He knows what happens to this game if he gets this tower up. And it's not gonna happen. Look at FeAge's resources. FeAge is ready to go to the Imperial Age. FeAge doesn't have to do another thing this game. Just needs to upgrade the Elite Eagle Warrior upgrade, and that's it. That's the game. A lot of eagles down on the bottom. Very much set on destroying these vegetables on the farm. And now they'll go after the farmer. Not a good sign when you see these villagers trying to battle this Eagle Warrior. And FeAge is collecting the relics. He's about to bring in his 3rd relic. Another guard tower coming up. Complete domination from FeAge. Siege Workshop was destroyed. And it's got to be GG once Riet sees that Imperial Age. There's nothing... Excuse me. Oh god. Nothing else to be done. Archer's going to try to prevent that tower. Looks like they will be able to. But FeAge has all the villagers in the world. He doesn't need those villagers. And that's a good amount of crossbows. I bet they could 2-shot these eagles. And normally this would be a good fight for Riet. This is a very cost-efficient fight for him. But again, FeAge's economy. And soon to be Imperial Age. Riet going to try to go up with the castle. He needs Jaguar Warriors. He needs the arrows from the castle to defend. Bet you FeAge is thinking about his own castle. He's thinking about that guard tower. One castle is not going to be enough to defend from this many Eagle Warriors. And there's the Imperial Age. Is Riet going to tap out? Is he going to tap out? There's the Elite Eagle Warrior upgrade. That's the only thing that matters now. Not in plate mail armor. But the power spike from this Elite Eagle Warrior upgrade in the early Imperial Age for the Aztecs is huge. This is, I think, 10 or 20 HP. That's not the big deal. The big deal is the Pierce Armor. It goes from 2 to 4 Pierce Armor. There it is. Yeah, 10 HP. 1 attack. and more importantly, that 2 pierce armor, faster production speed. It's so odd to me nowadays, because the Eagles look exactly the same. I'm used to the new updated graphics. Gonna go for that ram. Rain, you gotta call GG now. There's no way you're coming back in this game. He's trying to make Jaguar Warriors. That's the appropriate unit composition. Come on, man. He's slow. Dying to even the towers. Riot's trying to give it a good showing for his team, the RVK team. Riot anywhere near going up to the next stage? Let's check his resources. No, nowhere near. But if you're looking at this little fight, you could say, well, Riot's winning that fight. And Riot does have 2 castles. But then again, FeAge has cap rams. So there's that. FeAge has now doubled the villagers. This game is pretty over. Let's speed this up a bit. I forget, I never cast recorded games. I forget that I can change the speed. And I think you guys know how this goes. Here's the GG. And pretty good game for FeAge. Taking great fights, sneaking his men-at-arms into the base of Riot 1 or 2 times, getting all the villagers he could, and with that eco advantage translated to a military advantage with 3 archery ranges. Did the damage, and interestingly, kept Riot from taking gold. Once he knew Riot wasn't taking gold, switched right into Eagle Warriors. Tried to take down as many crossbows as he could. Eagle Warriors destroyed the skirmishers, and more importantly, slow down Riot's economy so that FeAge can go into the Imperial Age and upgrade the Elite Eagle Warrior upgrade. Great game for FeAge in this 2011 WCL 7 Grand Finals against Riot, who's representing the RVK clan. See you in the next one. Yeah, Riot was a beast back then. Riot was a top dog. Alright, game 3 will be WCL 7. It's going to be a team game from this tournament. Stay tuned. I'm going to take a 3 or 4 minute break to get some water, because I haven't had water in a long time. And that's important for survival. So I'm going to go get that. See you guys in 4 minutes. All right, and I'm back. So for game 1, we saw the Grandmasters League versus Doubt, FeAge take a victory. In game 2, we saw FeAge take a victory against Reed, so beating some of the best players in the game. Game 3, we're going to watch a team game from the same series. So that is going to be RVK versus L-Clan for the WCL 7 Grand Finals. While we're in this little intermission, I would like to point out on the top left there, we have a donation marker. If you'd like to donate, you can do !donate to the channel. So !donate. We would like to have about $100 to host a show match between two very excellent players with some great settings. So if you'd like to contribute to that, do !donate. As well, I encourage you to join our Discord channel on the bottom of the screen, as that is where we post our schedule, and as well you can check AoE Zone to see when we will be streaming next, as there's a calendar there on the right side of the screen. If you have watched the MBL O'Leary or Miguel and Harabel games, do whisper the results. Don't post them in the chat to avoid spoilers. And I will check those out later, as I haven't seen them either. Alright, let's go to the remainder of this WCL 7 series into the Grand Finals. And here we go. No, this started at 20. Wait, did it start at 18 GMT? I started late. Sorry about that. Hello everyone, and welcome to this game. This is part of the Grand Finals series in WCL 7. This is a 2011 tournament featuring the top clans at the time. We have our clan RVK and our clan L-Clan. Last game in this series, we saw a matchup between FeAge and Riot, a game in which FeAge won in a convincing fashion. And this is a Team Islands game from the same series in the finals. So we'll be paying a little bit closer attention to FeAge for the sake of the spotlight. However, we could cast this game as if it's a game happening today or anything not part of a regular series as well. So for your enjoyment. This is an Age of Conquerors matchup. We are on the map Team Islands, I think. Yeah, here we go, Team Islands. And let's introduce our players. In the top right, for the L-Clan, we have FeAge playing as the Vikings. In the pocket position, we have Russo playing as the Huns. On the bottom right, we have Hanny playing as the Mongols. Let's introduce the RVK team. On the left, we have Dogao playing as the Mongols, another player that has stepped away from the game. In the center position, we have Riot playing as the Huns. And in the top left, we have Jordan playing as the Vikings, who we will see next month at Nilly's Apartment Cup, live in the flesh. So most of these players I'm very familiar with. Russo in teal, very old school player. Don't know too much about his playstyle, but a lot of modern players have a lot of respect for him. And Hanny, I've heard the name before. Don't remember any games in particular with this player. And I'll tell you guys afterwards who wins the series, because I'm not 100% sure myself. But obviously we know maybe a slight advantage for the L-Clan because FeAge took that 1-versus-1 versus Riot in the finals. And let's talk a little about the civilizations. We have Vikings, Huns, Mongols on both teams. So back then and now, there wasn't a lot of competition between the top water civs. Vikings was the best, and then after that you chose a civilization with an eco bonus. And those happen to be the Huns and Mongols. If there's a fourth civilization to choose from, usually you pick the Japanese or Saracens. That's about it. Not too much debate over anything else. The Vikings have the best water bonuses in the game. There were basically no fire galleys in team games. No demo ships, so it's all about the regular galley. And I think the Vikings had more of a discount on their galleys as well, with the old balance. So it makes sense to pick Vikings in any situation. Huns get an eco bonus, of course, with them not having to build houses, and the Mongols are up in a good time because they gather from Hunt faster. Oh, I'm glad you recognized the player Russo. I thought he was Zimziak. But he is younger. Yeah, I think they're from the same country, which is like Poland? I think they're both Polish. That's the country you're thinking about. We're talking about another player, of course. Well, let's check where players decide to put their docks up. So we're likely to see some galley wars. So if you're the one reason you're a fan of galley wars is probably because it takes a lot of skill, takes a lot of micros. Sometimes the micro can be fun, watching them dodge arrows and such. But there's less unit diversity than in the modern balance, and less chances to come back, in my opinion. Hopefully we see some good micro. This is Team Island, so there are very real possibilities of a landing. Dark Age transport was not a thing in this balance, so you'll have to wait till Feudal Age to get out a transport ship. Now FeAge has docked in the back, Russo has docked in the back, and Hanny's docked kind of at the side, while Dogao has docked in the front. Jordan has docked in the front, and Rit has docked in the front. The different strategies for both teams. I think it's more preferable to dock in the front as opposed to the back, but I'm not sure. But on this specific map, there's a lot of fish available to Russo in the back area of the map, and it's not quite the same for the RVK team. And players should be going up to the next stage. I forget this is a recorded game. Let's speed it up a little bit. Let's go 6-5. Oh boy. Now we're speedy. And players will probably be going for fast feudals. We probably won't see anything unusual. Mongols clicks up first, of course. What about the other Mongols? Dogao. Where's Dogao on going to the next stage? Oh boy, Dogao, you're late. Or Dogao's doing a different strategy. There we go, Dogao going for a fast feudal. Why is he so late up to the next stage? Man. And he's up about a minute sooner. Even Jordan, the Vikings player, is up sooner than the Mongols player on their team. So not a great start already for the RVK team. And I think they're Xing where their docks are. Or that's where the second dock's going to go anyway. Here we go. Players up to the next stage. First player up will be Hanny, who's got 3 docks on the side. This is going to be a very aggressive rush from Hanny. Hanny doesn't know where the dock is from Dogao is. Have to get a little lucky. So Hanny going to go with 3 dock production right away. All villagers on wood and gold. I'll keep an eye on the minimap, see if there's any transport ships or any sneaks going on. But none at the moment, as players are just reaching Feudal Age. Okay, I'm going to go with the 3rd dock right now. Galley should be coming out from Hanny any second. Any second now. Here they are. And there we go. Are they going to see the fishing ships of Dogao? They're going to go straight there. And this is trouble for Dogao. He's going to have to run with these fishing ships. Run away! Run away! This galley is taking forever to build. 2 going to be built right now. This came to ruin our life. What? 2 fishing ships already down for Dogao. That's really going to hurt his food economy and might have to transition to a land food source soon. Going to go up with the 4th dock right away to try to catch up. Here's that early galley battle. Now, good for Dogao. He's got a few extra shots on those galleys, but... And he's just going to have the numbers. He was up sooner to the Castle Age, and this is why you want to be up sooner to the Castle Age, or why the Mongols such a strong option. Gally's moving over for Riet. Could see the gold. This is a terrible gold for Hanny. And Gal's going to combine up with Riet. Hopefully going to get some of these Galleys at Hanny. Hanny's taking a large lead in this game. For his team. FeAge going to move around on the top side. Has not seen yet the fish of Jordan. I would be pretty sure he would have went there if he did. And meanwhile, Jordan's going to take a great engagement against FeAge. Evening things up a little in this game. Meanwhile, down at the bottom. And he's going to take a really good engagement once again. Has the numbers. Needs to wait. Where's Riet for the team? Finally, Riet coming in, but I don't even know if they have the numbers right now. Meanwhile, what the hell has Russo been doing? Russo's gone for a fast castle because Hanny has been so dominant on the sides. And now Russo can help out, and pretty soon he'll have War Galley. Meanwhile, at the top, not too much going on. As players are keeping to their own. Bottom's where most of this action is at. And finally, the RVK team is pushing out, as Russo has been later to the feudal age because, of course, he's going for the fast castle. So they're going to retreat for the time being. They can retreat all the way back here. Plenty of space to retreat to. Hopefully they won't have to retreat any further because Russo is fishing. And finally, a little bit of revenge. RVK taking out one of Hanny's fishing ships. But there we go. War Galley, Balconero being upgraded for Russo. And I bet once that's done, they're going to turn around. Hanny not paying enough attention as he's going to lose some galleys right away. And looks like they have enough to defend. Russo's got the upgrades coming in. Not the best teamwork, I must say. Hanny's way too far back. That's not going to matter. Galleys are actually a little bit faster than War Galleys, so they'll be able to get out of there. Jordan's going to peek in a little bit. There's that excellent micro. And this is what we really don't see anymore with the new balance. Galley on galley micro. And Jordan's going to take that fight pretty convincingly. Dogao saying a very bad game. Riet saying yes. They're having a very bad game. On the top, Jordan's doing his part. Jordan's got a 200-point score advantage versus FeAge. Jordan's KD is 18 to 16. But the bottom is where the problem is. Riet only clicking up now. Dogao hasn't clicked up yet. FeAge is up to the next age as well. And so is Jordan. Go, Russo, go! Done good so far this game. And they're going to go straight for the middle. As all the players have their docks, of course, in the middle. Or the RVK team. So a lot of players up to the next age. So FeAge, Russo, Riet. So 2 players from each team. No real big disparity there. Hanny's going to be the next one up. Meaning Dogao, who lost his fishing ships very early, not surprisingly, is going to be the last up. And no forwards or no landing so far. Finally, Dogao is up, but will be the latest, as we mentioned. This could be a good engagement for Riet. Riet has so many galleys. Oh my god, so many galleys. What a great engagement for Riet, even going galley versus War Galley. That is exactly what his team needed. Dogao want me to boom. Here, 4. Normally, these players would be on TeamSpeak, but this might have been before TeamSpeak was invented. I don't know what year it was invented, but it wasn't popularized, at least, in this community. as that's why they're talking in the chat. And another great engagement from the RVK team. Wow. All three players sandwiching Hanny's galleys. Oh no! The scores are pretty even all of a sudden. What the hell is Hanny doing here by himself? Hanny's down here. His galleys should not be up here. Especially as he's upgrading to War Galley. And now this is a problem. I think RVK have more galley numbers. All three players for the RVK team focusing on the top side of the map. Gonna cut off reinforcements for FeAge. FeAge is not gonna be able to use those docks too much. And FeAge does not have enough galleys. Russo moving the galleys among the top, so we're gonna have 2 versus 3. What about Hanny? Hanny's lost most of his galleys, the rest are on the left. They're either gonna have to hold this 2v3 or run away and lose their docks. And let's see if they have enough to take this. We have 46 military from Russo. FeAge on 35, most of it's right here. And the military for each individual player is much lower for the RVK team, even though there's 3 players here. 30, 40, 50, 55 versus... Russo has more even than all 3 of these players, almost. Although some of them are on their way. This is going to be a close fight. But I think the L clan should have enough to win this fight. FeAge even has some galleys coming in from the back. Better line for Russo. And yeah, they're going to win that fight. Russo still has 53 war galleys. It's like he didn't even take that fight. It's like he didn't even lose a single war galley. Just the L clan all over RVK. Meanwhile, on the bottom, Hanny wasn't even needed for that fight. Hanny just cutting off Nogal's supply by destroying the docks. Rest in peace, Hanny. Russo's slinging food to Hanny. Is he? I don't think so. Russo doesn't have that much food coming in. He's got 13 fishing ships. It's a successful defense from the L clan team. Probably going to make their way towards the middle of the map. Now, all this time, Russo has been booming too. Russo's on 82 villagers, greatly aided by that huge fish boom. And this is why you go back dock. You go back dock so one of your players can go Castle Age and still be safe. And that was a good decision. You know, Dugout has probably no more docks left at all. What is Dugout doing? Dugout's mining some stone, maybe thinking about a castle to build some docks. So all the RVK players, 75 villagers, 80 villagers just about. How about for the L clan? 90 villagers for Russo. Overall, the RVK team has a better economy. So there is potential for a comeback there. Jordan, Riet, and Russo up to the next age. 2 players from RVK, 1 from L clan. There's potential for a comeback. And one thing that the RVK doesn't want is they don't want these docks to be destroyed. And Russo is just too scary of a force to engage right now. Tiny Riet has 30 military. Look at the military numbers, 34 and 1. Meanwhile, 60, 32, and 16. And here we go. These 3 players are going to be up to the Imperial Age. Riet doesn't want to lose any more galleys. Russo upgrading scale barding armor. Did we have a landing? Anything interesting happen? A little bit of raiding from Hanny. I guess just going to make that upgrade for now. Might be thinking about landing a transport ship. As we have 3 docks already up for Russo. Sorry, 3 stables. And this dock will probably be made for a transport ship. Now, this is an investment for Russo. Russo's still only on 60... Say only, but only on 60 war galleys. He could potentially make more if he didn't want to invest into these cavalry. So this is a decision from him. Castle's going to go here in this kind of little pond area, I suppose. I want to put the castle here. You want it to be as close to the edge of the map as possible, I think. That would give more space to put the docks. I don't like that castle so much. And it looks like Riet might have gotten caught out. What did we say? We said, Riet, you can't lose any more galleys, and what is he doing on the bottom? Why would he be down here? Riet's gonna lose even more. He's got the galleon upgrade, but it doesn't matter. There's just way too many numbers from Russo. Castle is up, so they won't be able to go past that castle. Jordan's got a few galleys of his own. Galleons, my bad. A lot of upgrades coming in. We have the landing quite yet. This is where the landing is going to take place. Don't see any transports quite yet. Oh, and there we go. There's the first landing. And the stables are already up. We have a few Cavalier being made. These are Hun stables. They'll be able to make the Cavalier faster. They're going to have plate barding armor in just a second. Poor Dogal. Dogal's had a bad early game, and he's had a bad rest of the game. Going to have a castle to defend. You're not going to be wanting to make pikemen as the Mongols. The only option in this situation is going to be heavy camel. And in Age of Conquerors, heavy camel is the slowest upgrade in the game. So poor Dogal built his way up to 120 villagers after all of this, and it might go down right now. As he's being raided heavy. What a beast Russo is. He's the dominant on water, he's dominant on the land. Of course he got the pocket position, but still. Dogal making heavy camel right now. And all Russo needs is maybe a few siege workshops. He even built a town center. How often do you see this? How often do you see Dogal's initial town center standing and Russo's going to build a town center right there? Heavy Camel's definitely longer to research than Paladin back in the day. Might be longer to research than Siege Onager. Not very useful anymore, though. It's very useful now. The Indians are dominant with Heavy Camel. Paladin being upgraded by Russo. This is a nice upgrade. Hanny upgraded shipwright. It basically turns the Mongols into a Vikings player, as their docks are now able to build faster and with less of a wood cost associated with it. And we just need a finishing blow from Russo. It looks like Dogal's going to be able to hold. We have a lot of halberdier from Riet as well. Dogal's down to 100 villagers. Paladin is being upgraded. That's going to be a game changer. Here it is. Russo's not being able to make enough that quickly. What Russo could do is leave his galleons here and try to keep his position that way. Russo going up with another town center because the first one went down. In a very close game so far. Alright, so FeAge looks like he's running away. We're running into Hanny. They're going to turn around. Going to battle off Jordan. They certainly have enough on water. And will this forward stand for Russo? Gonna make Halberdier of his own. And Jordan's gonna retreat to under his castle. Two lonely demos from FeAge. Are they gonna get anything? No. Not at all. Jordan's gonna hold for the time being. That's an excellent castle. Excellent castle from Jordan. So all about this bottom side. And it's really close. There's a lot of units coming out from Russo. A lot of units. Looks like might have enough to push this back. We do have Mangadai being made for Dogao. Dogao doesn't have the resources to upgrade into the league. Second castle will help with defense. Now there's only one siege workshop in use right now. So these castles will do quite a bit to defend. Back in the day, camels were still ships. Yes, they were. Looks like it's enough to defend. The problem is pushing back these buildings. You're going to need a few trebuchets to get within range to take out these buildings without going near their galleons. Check back on water. Hanny's still winning the water down here. So Dogao has no presence on water, meanwhile Hanny does. Russo still has a great presence on land and water. Jordan's been really good in the north. Better than FeAge. But it's basically a 2 versus 3 on water. It's still a relatively close game. We have another transport ship. One from Hanny. I don't see where Hanny's units are, though. Oh, here they are! Hanny has elite Mangadai. Hanny's raiding. He's doing a great raid. These camels will not be able to stop Mangadai. Maybe this is the moment that really swings this game. Hanny just needs to find the right area to settle his Mangadai down. Unfortunately, he's lost most of his Mangadai. And Dogao's going to have a quick reaction. So that raid did not go as intended for Hanny. There were plenty of villagers to kill, but just didn't kill them. Trebuchet is cleaning up a bit. What's happening over here? Jordan sneaking a few galleons into this bay to try to kill some of the trade. And FeAge is putting up a castle in response in this little bay. So the Ale clan is starting trade. They actually have a better island for trade. It's a little longer. And oh boy, Russo has siege ram. Look out. So we have 6 rams going under this castle. The Mangadai are pretty good at taking out rams. Let's see if these rams will be able to get the castle. Gonna be close. I love to see this Riet's. Oh, that's his own castle. My bad. Riet repairing his castle. The Mangadai are good enough against the siege ram, so that castle will hold. How about down in the bottom? Things are not looking too bad. These stables are still up. We haven't seen a lot of trebuchets from Dogao. I would have liked to seen a lot more trebuchets to take out these buildings. These stables are still producing. Here's a big, massive light cavalry. They're gonna have to run past the castle. Finally, Jordan and the rest of the RVK team starting trade. How's water looking like? Jordan's got a few cannon galleons, which is a good sign that they're winning. You don't make cannon galleons if you're losing, as we have 2 castles here in the north. This is not a fight you want to take. Mangadai versus galleons. Need to see more trebuchets from Dogao. Finally, the RVK team, I think for the first time in this game, has taken the score lead. As there's been so much investment from Russo on the land that really hasn't paid off. Hanny has not done a lot on the land either. Jordan's been a beast on water. And if there's an MVP of this game, it's either going to go to Russo on his team or Jordan on the RVK team. Very, very close Team Islands game. And nice cleanup from Jordan. Now, with this all said, the RVK team still needs to either land or they need to get, you know, dominant on water. Let's see, any momentum on land for the L Clan team. Doesn't look like it. This castle will go down. Bottom is still a mess. And he's going to send the Mangadai towards the north. Let's see if this is going to be enough. Probably not. It's going to be able to take out the Trebuchet. How's the trade looking like? So, trade not looking too good. Jordan can delete his own villages to build some more military. I think this trade might cost them. We have a total of, I don't know, 55 trade cards for the L Clan. Oh, shoot. Oh, yeah, wrong team. 55 for L Clan and about 35 for RVK. So, say whatever you want about this aggression from Russo. This has still delayed the trade quite a bit. And look at this trade line. It's very inefficient with less numbers as well. So I think this bodes well late game for the L Clan, and maybe it means they can keep their momentum on land. Russo has been building like crazy, and he's going to go for another ram push. A lot of light cap from Russo. Can't afford the Hussar upgrade. The Hussar upgrade will be great. But the L Clan team has gold. They have gold to work with. I wouldn't be surprised to see Hussar coming in sometime soon because of that. And I think that trade might be it. This landing might be it. It's always good to be the aggressor. You never want to be the defender. Or at least long term anyway. Russo threw away too many resources with that landing. I don't think so. I don't think so. It's been making the trade of the RVK team less efficient. And Dogao's had to put a lot of resources into defending as well. And this might be where they break. Russo has been very persistent, hasn't lost a lot of these buildings, hasn't lost the villagers. That town center was a great idea. Is this where the RVK team breaks? Let's check back at the north. FeAge taking a fight versus Jordan. Looks pretty even. That fight's going to be going on for some time. And he's back on the water. And going to take a good fight versus Riot. And Russo still has a few galleons. Probably should lend these out. Can move the galleons up north. Jordan going to build another castle, so going to help to solidify this position. I think the longer that, as long as Russo can hold this position, this will be good for his team. Again, with this terrible trade line. So Dogao getting 26, only 26 gold for this trade route. Let's check the gold for the other team. For FeAge. This was supposed to be about him, of course. I got distracted in the game. 85 gold. This is 25 versus 85 gold. Look at that difference. This trade line could even be better, too. It's 25 versus 85 gold. So much more population for the RVK team on land on the right side. What's going on here? Nothing? I think that finally they're going to clean this up. Finally. Down on the bottom, these stables are still building, but they won't do anything with these castles here. Alright, so finally Russo's gonna get cleaned up. And at the same time, FeAge might have won that fight against Jordan. Jordan had to go back, but Jordan has the numbers now. Surely he does. Jordan 65, military. FeAge 60, 55. Dogao for the first time this game's gonna upgrade Galleon. Try to go water. Now that this has been cleaned up from Russo. Russo gonna build another castle. Try to be annoying. I don't know if it's worth it. Here's another gold mine that the RVK team has not been able to mine. That would have been a lot useful earlier in the game. Doesn't matter so much if you mine it now because ideally you should have a lot of trade. And look at the wood! This is just a little unfortunate. So some of this wood has been denied. This game actually... Man, it's hard to cast 3v3s. It's really hard to cast 3v3s. There's always something you miss. The wood situation for the RVK team is terrible. It's very inefficient. There's not a lot of wood left. So this wood line is safe. Definitely Doga should take it. This wood line is going to be denied for the time being. This big wood line is being denied. This wood line is denied. RVK team is having a lot of troubles with wood. Wood is the most important resource in Age of Empires, especially on water. And that's just yet another advantage for L-Clan. L-Clan has a much better trade line as it stands right now. And they have a good wood situation if they can only hold their ground. Doga moving to the bottom wood line. Jordan is forced to move down here as well. His next nearest lumber camp's right here. And I think this wood situation might win L-Clan this game. FeAge doing his work on water. Looks like they will have to go back for the time being. That could be a bad fed for FeAge. FeAge should really go back. You don't have the numbers, man. Go back. Go back, FeAge. Gonna bring in some more reinforcements. Oh, Hanny's gonna corner. Hanny coming out of nowhere with the sandwich. Jordan's on 50 galleys. Hanny's at 45. I don't think that's 45 galleys, though. Griet's here in the middle, too. And gonna go back. The water more or less even. And this is still good. Still good for the L-Clan. L-Clan still maintaining their position, denying 2 wood lines. Gonna raid another wood line. And this wood situation has probably gotten a lot worse as these wood lines have now run out. A lot of idle villagers. Don't want idle villagers this late in the game. No other wood left for the RVK team. Oh boy. Oh boy. Just the wood on these islands. A lot of wood to be taken on the north. Even some stone to be mined. Alright, so both teams running out of wood. That's the rest of the wood for the L-Clan. That's not a whole lot of wood. Especially if they lose that position, so they can't lose that position. But remember again, that trade line, much more efficient. These markets have not moved this entire game. And that can make a difference, especially if you're buying for gold, which the players have to be. Buying wood. Actually, they haven't been buying that much wood. It's not sold out. So it's 55 to buy and 29 to sell. But players should absolutely be buying wood. So we'll keep an eye on that wood buy price. Looks like finally Russo might have the momentum. Russo has been making a lot of paladins this game, and that's a very population efficient unit. Very gold intensive unit, but very population efficient. And that's really why he's been able to do so much. Gonna take out a castle, that's great for them. Might have enough to break this. There's a lot of skirmishes in that composition. Another castle coming up from Doga in almost an identical position. And I think that's the last wood line. Yeah, that's the last wood line for RVK. So look at the wood disparity. That's not a lot of wood. Not a lot of wood for the L-Clan, but that's even less wood for the RVK team. They're gonna have to get over to this wood line. That's not gonna happen. Or this wood line. They're trying their best to take this wood. They really are. Wood price increased from 55 to 62. If Hanny still has good control of the water here, those villagers are gonna die. Take a look at how it generally looks in the water. Hanny's got a huge military in water. What happened to Jordan's ships? He's got a good mass. Jordan's got 60 galleons. Hanny, probably 60. FeAge, maybe 30? 40? I think they have more. I wouldn't take this fight under the castle, but there are a few cannon galleons. That castle's going to do some work. But I think they have enough to take this fight, and that might be the ending fight. That might be the fight to end the game. I think Russo's got enough. It's close. Here's that big fight. Castle does go down. No more help from the castle. And Jordan's not going to have enough to win this fight, 2 versus 1. I think this is the end of the game. I think this is the end of the game. Russo's just able to spam more and more paladins. He's got the gold, has the food, can reseed his farms. Take a look at the food eco of Dogal. Not too much. Not too much food eco. Russo looking a lot better, and there's the GG. What a game! What a Team Islands game! I know we didn't see too much of FeAge. This whole series is about FeAge. He did a good job on his team, but a lot of FeAge's triumphs were in team games. Whether it was winning Nations Cup in 2017 with Brazil B, or in this particular game, winning this game with El Clan. I think RVK did take the series. I'm not sure. I could check in just a second. But either way, it's been a part of a lot of the top teams in Age of Empires 2. And let's take a second to take a look at the achievements. Hope you enjoyed that one. Really good one. Yes, it was. Now, there's only one stat I care about here. It's the wood. I can't do quick math. FeAge taking the most wood in the game by far. I'm looking at Dogal. Dogal looks to be the lowest. He's on the RVK team, of course. So the highest wood count taken by an El Clan member and the lowest wood count taken by a RVK member. And let's take a look at the gold collected as well. Same thing. Same exact thing. Same thing with a trade profit. So about that map control, Age of Empires is always about map control. Even on water maps. Okay, let's take a quick 2-minute break, and then we're going to cast the last game. The last game will be Wars Coming, Round Robin, Round 1, El Clan versus Tyrant Warlords. Stay tuned. Just wanted that to finish for you. That was, yeah, that's one of my favorite songs. Very good rendition. I mean, it's really cool to have, you know, your own input on the song, not just have a remix, but also to add something to it and to add a new dimension. And that's certainly what that guy did. So this is going to be the last game. This is going to be Wars Coming Round Robin, Round 1, Outclan versus Tyrant Warlords, 2015, more recent. So we've seen a lot of FeAge in the 2011, 2012 time, tearing it up. Coincidentally, this match is also going to be against Riot, but this is going to be in 2015. And yeah, this is going to be Wars Coming. As you can see there, they placed 3rd in Wars Coming on the left side of your screen. So let's get into that. This will be the last game for today. Thanks to everyone who's with me. Again, we got a show match on the top left we're trying to earn enough money for. So if you like to donate, do !donate. And let's get into it. Here we go. Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to this 4th game in this player spotlight. We're spotlighting the player FeAge, who recently stepped away from the community. And this is going to be another Aztecs war on Arabia. Now we saw in the first, what was it, the first game of the series, it was FeAge versus Riot. And you're saying to yourself, oh boy, this is going to be a repeat of the last game. Another Aztecs war versus Riot. FeAge is going to dominate in this one. Well, maybe. I don't know. I haven't seen this game. But so I can't tell you what's going to happen. But this, I can say that this is in 2015. So this is 3 years past the first game that we saw in this series. The players might be at a different level now. And this is the round robin of Wars Coming. Wars Coming is the biggest Age of Empires 2 tournament that happened. Not including the 2000 tournament. This is the biggest, most recent tournament for $120,000. And he's going against the Tyrant Warlords representative, Riot. And it's going to be another Aztecs war. So we probably won't see too many changes in the meta from that original game. But we'll probably see a very different game as this map looks very different. And let's take a look at the map for FeAge. So he's got a terrible, terrible gold. Can wall here, luckily. This gold is going to be exposed. I can just imagine Riot, 5 militia, towers, build a tower here, build a tower here, and GG FeAge. FeAge does have a back stone. That gold's in a bad position. This is a very open map for FeAge. Not looking too good for him. Riot, on the other hand, it's okay. Can wall here. It's not going to be too bad. Doesn't even need to wall there. So can wall here. That gold's terrible, but Riot could potentially build his military buildings here. And that wouldn't be too bad. It's possible to wall Riot's map. It's not really possible to wall FeAge's map. Either way, this is going to be an aggressive matchup. I can already tell it. If Riot wanted to do like a fast castle, he could get towers on his wood lines, so that's not going to work. This should be an aggressive game, and normally with Aztecs Wars, we see a little more of a defensive game. I don't think we're going to see it now. Both players going to lure in their boar. Aztecs, if you're not familiar with their bonuses, they're able to build 5 militia because they get 50 extra gold at the start of the game. In the most recent balance, in the old balance, they get loom. Effectively the same thing. They also have a faster military production speed. They don't get the Knight line, but they get the Eagle Warrior line. And they have a good economy because all their villages carry more resources. So both players are going to execute their beginning builds. Put that on 60 speed. And Riot's going to steal 2 sheep right away from FeAge. So FeAge not only has probably a worse map, he's also down 2 sheep. How is he going to dig himself out of this small hole that he's built? Well, he hasn't built it, but Riet has built it for him in the map generation. Alright, FeAge is going to go looking for those sheep. It's very rare you find your sheep after they're stolen. You're going to find them, but the sheep are going to say goodbye. And FeAge is not going to win that fight. So those are going to be very hard to steal those sheep back. And FeAge is not going to try. Meanwhile, second boar being lured in for both players. And now they're going to go to scout each other's maps. So FeAge is going a little too far north. He should know. I guess he doesn't. He knows his opponent is to the left of the map, I suppose, because the sheep are going there. But how does he know the sheep are going straight to the base? And oh boy, Riet! Is he going to go into the town center? No, he's not. He's going to see the main gold. The main gold is horrid for FeAge. FeAge is going to build the barracks north because he doesn't know where his opponent is. You always build your barracks towards your opponent. Although it will help to close off this wall. Not the worst thing in the world. FeAge hopefully won't run into the town center. It's already got a low scout. No, it's going to be okay. And FeAge is going to go for the classic 5 militia drush. Where's Riet's barracks? Riet does not have a barracks quite yet. Riet's really gone a lot heavier onto food. And... oh, there we go. Haha, there it is. My bad. But still, looks like Riet will go for Men-at-Arms Rush. We saw in the first game in 2012. He did go for that Men-at-Arms Rush, and once again, gonna go for Met. I spoke too soon. It's gonna be a late Dark Age Rush. But Riet will build his walls on the hill, on this hill. FeAge is gonna be a little annoying, but not gonna do too much. FeAge just brought a villager forward. What? Just one villager, not two. Not three, one villager. Oh, 2 villagers. Alright, so what is his plan with these 2 villagers? Going to take a nice engagement against the militia. Riet was slow to build his militia. That villager's going to get caught out. And Riet's going to take the hill and take this engagement. Not a great play from FeAge. Remember, FeAge is still down 2 sheep. Again, not the greatest micro. We have 2 villagers helping out for Riet. Wolf's going to get in on the action. Actually going to go for Riet's villager, which is very unfortunate. And so far, FeAge has the momentum. What is he going to do with that villager? Currently, FeAge is down 1 villager. Riet is going up to the next stage first. FeAge actually hasn't clicked up. You'd think with this aggression, FeAge went for a fast feudal, but he didn't. And that villager's going to get caught. Caught on unit pathing. But she's going to get out of there. Riet going to gold immediately, so he can make more militia. Only on 10 gold. And FeAge has been long distance mining gold this whole time, so you start with 800 gold. Look how much gold he's long distance mined. Oh my god. Oh my god. FeAge, make a mining camp, man. FeAge really wanted those farms. That's not worth it. So very interesting that FeAge has added so many farms. FeAge is going for a fast castle. And FeAge still has more militia. He's been long distance mining this whole time. Riet has waited for that mining camp. And FeAge is just idling these villagers. Archery range coming up for Riet. As these militias move out. I think that villager's a goner. She's a goner. So this is going to be 2 villagers down for FeAge. Once again, the wolves helping FeAge. And there's the men-at-arms upgrade for Riot, so that's going to change everything. Maybe he doesn't lose his militias. Check the HP on a few of them. Most of them are pretty high. Second archery range coming up for Riot. This is a vulnerable time for FeAge, which is why FeAge is walling. Good for him. And he's got 3 militias more out. What? Oh no. Oh, so FeAge is not going to do a fast castle. Instead, he's opted to make more militia. Just to keep himself alive, because those archers are going to be trouble. This is odd play. I figure you might as well go for the fast castle and build some stone walls and maybe a tower. But no, gonna add more militia. In fact, 3, not even gonna show the militia. Riot is unaware that these militia exist at all. And here's the men-at-arms upgrade. FeAge is just gonna take this fight with these existing men-at-arms. As Riot is forced to walk away. Let's see how effective these 3 full HP men-at-arms will be. Probably not that effective. We have archers already out on the field. Because of that, I don't understand this so much. And the men-at-arms are going to try to trade versus the villager, but not going to get one. Going to try to get an archer, not going to get one. And going to die to the town center. So what is this play from FeAge? I thought it was going all well until he added those extra men-at-arms and then didn't go for the fast castle. And now FeAge is going forward. This is a weird game. Very weird. What happened to those 5 militia from each player? Did they fight? I guess they must have fought. I don't see them. Or are they in the north? No? They must have fought and I didn't see it. It's unfortunate. Probably some bodies somewhere on this map. So that's going to be a great tower. This is a great tower for FeAge if he can get it up. I don't think he will, as there's an outpost right there to see everything. And now some archers are moving around. This villager is low. But despite that, that villager might get an archer kill. Did most of the damage. Riot going to reinforce with the rest of his army. It's going to be very close. That's a villager down for Riot. FeAge still has these 2 men-at-arms in the back. And FeAge is going to lose that battle. So that tower's not going to go up. That's a bunch of villager time wasted. He's lost some army. KD is pretty close so far. Villager difference is surprisingly very close. Military is very close. This is a close game. Despite all this weird play. And this is 3 idle villagers for FeAge, but this is also 4 idle villagers for Riot. It evens out in the end. Although it looks like FeAge will lose at least one of these skirmishers. So a very close game. Gotta be careful. This one's low. Gonna reinforce. Now, Riot does have the armor, so those skirmishers are beefy. And they will lose that fight. Gonna move in with some of these low villagers. That's a bad play from FeAge. Gonna move back. Gonna add now a 4th archery range. 4 archery ranges in the feudal age. What? What about Riot? Riot's still on 2. Riot's probably thinking more of Castle Age. When you add 4 archery ranges, you're not thinking of Castle Age. You're gonna add a watchtower at home because FeAge has been taking stone for some time. I think that watchtower makes no sense. If you're on 4 archery ranges, you have to be catching up sometime soon. In military. So no need to place the tower. And assuming FeAge doesn't take a bad fight, he should be pulling away in military. But at the same time, Riot should be banking some resources, and there we go. Castle Age for Riot. Oh, I ignored your question because I didn't know what it meant. But militia and men-at-arms speed move the same. Yes, they are the same movement speed. And we've seen this from FeAge a few times. In that first game that we casted, and in this game, FeAge does not need to run into his opponent's army. FeAge is going to ignore your opponent's army as much as he can and go for the economy. So FeAge probably has enough to take this fight and push back Riot, but why do that? Just walk around. And we saw that with the Men-at-Arms earlier this game. And Riot's smart. Riot knows this. He's got a watchtower already up on the gold, and there's bound to be a hole in between these houses, as there always is. And FeAge doesn't care. He's going to move in. House wall for Riot. Going to cause him to lose one villager. It's still not walled here. But this is not worth it. One villager for the whole army. That's not a worthwhile trade, and that was a bad move from FeAge. Riot's up to Castle Age. FeAge is in a lot of trouble. He's got 4 archery ranges. Hasn't done the damage with it. Lost his army, in fact. How is FeAge going to get up to the next stage? He needs to use a market and sell his stone or something, and there's going to be the GG. What do you know? I didn't know this was going to be a loss for FeAge, but he did lose it. And we saw kind of a similar playstyle to the first game, but it certainly didn't work in his favor. So Riot, at the end of the series, going to get a little revenge 3 years later. And yeah, this was worse coming, where FeAge and his team took the 3rd place, and the Tyrant Warlords took 1st place. Which is, no, Tyrant Warlords took 2nd place, Tyrant Legends took 1st place. So, essentially 2nd place team versus 3rd place team. And that's going to conclude this week's Player Spotlight. I hope you enjoyed these 4 games. Next week, we'll be doing a different player, not sure which. I suppose if you're on YouTube, you can voice your opinion on that, and I'll start a thread, an AoE zone. All of these games, again, were chosen by the community. They weren't chosen by me. These were recommended games, so if you want to contribute to that, link me some games in the chat or the comments. And I'll see you guys in the next Player Spotlight. Here. Here you go. Here's your achievements. Good game from Maria. Alright, thank you, Voobly Official Twitch. Thank you all the viewers that have been with me throughout today. I know we started a bit late. I'll try to start the series a little earlier. Keep your eyes on AoE Zone because I do post when we stream on there. You can join the Discord on the bottom where you can see our stream schedule. And as well, if you'd like to donate, you can do !donate. So hopefully fund a show match between these players. We'll do another Player Spotlight in the future. And for now, enjoy the Sunday, as there'll be a lot of games coming from other providers. We'll host someone right now. If you have any questions, I'll stay around in the chat for a few extra minutes. My name is Nobody, and I'll see you next time. Take care, everyone.
I was like, why? I had a chance.